all due respect. With all due respect. With all due respect. With all due.
This is the With All Due Respect podcast, presented by Mo Knows. With your girl, Lady Simone, Mr. McFly, and me, your main man, Mo. Today, we have a special guest on a panel. We have Mr. Adam Black. How you doing today, good brother?
I'm doing great. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Everything else under that, right?
Everything.
Mr. Black, you're a man of many hats, man. As I was researching, you're a videographer.
Facts.
You're a photographer.
Facts.
You're a staff writer for Jetlag magazine.
Facts.
You have your own business, Lens of Adam.
Facts.
And whatnot. Then on top of that, I like to think one of the most important hats that you actually put on amongst all those is you're a husband.
Yep. Most definitely.
My question is, how do you manage to balance all those hats? How do you manage to wear all those hats, not only for business purposes, but for your marital status as well as for your own mental? How do you actually wear all those? Because I'm be honest, I'm at a loss. I'm trying to figure out how you do it.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. It's God, first and foremost, because without him, all those hats at one time wouldn't be happening. First and foremost, I always gotta take care of my wife, but as much as she loves and enjoys and appreciates everything that I do, she like, bro, I need some me time. I need you to be at the house right now. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I got you. So you have to take off the Adam Black hat and put on the husband hat while I'm still thinking, all right, I got this to edit, this to write, I got to design this. It's a lot, but really just having a lot of faith and knowing that everything that I do is for a reason and for a purpose, it makes the load a lot easier.
When do you actually find time again, though, for yourself? I mean, like, do you find time for yourself within those different hats, or is there no time for me right now?
Well, the thing is, when doing any of those are all parts of me. Like spending time with my wife, I enjoy spending time with my wife because I love her. That's my wife. Like I wouldn't have chose her to be with her if it wasn't some way fulfilling for myself. The videography, my overarching theme is I like to help people. So when doing any and everything that I'm doing, no matter what hat it is, it's always helping somebody. So it helps me make that a little bit easier to deal
so
with.
Your me time kind of comes in at which you actually just doing the things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at that as that's your time.
This is me time right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So I get to talk about me. Everybody's here right now for me, so this is me time. And then, like you said, in the midst of that, like I might, couple hours might go on a YouTube bender and, be all up through the YouTubes if you would. So.
And that's what I was going to ask. I'm sorry. I was going to ask that. What is something that you do for your downtown outside of all of that? Like, what is like a guilty pleasure?
That's exactly what I was about to ask. Do you have time for a guilty pleasure?
Yeah, of course.
Or childhood, like the build car toys, like any of those kind of things. You still have time for that?
My guilty pleasures are I enjoy incense. I enjoy green tea. YouTube benders, like literally I'll be sitting there for like hours just on some random whatever on YouTube just because I enjoy learning. I enjoy trying to find new things. And anything else as far as good. I have gained about 40-50 pounds since I married, so I like to eat. I like to eat. That's another guilty pleasure. I be in there snacking. So
Happy weight.
Yeah, extremely happy, as you can see. I'm extremely happy.
That's interesting. You said an incense. How is an incense guilty pleasure? Like, is it one of those things where you light the incense, you drink your green tea while you're watching YouTube?
Yes, that's it. That's
Put it all together.
That's my whole thing. Like, I wake up in the morning, 7:30, wife still asleep, dog still asleep. I go, grab my incense, light that thing, make me some green tea, watch a little YouTube, do a little edits. Like in the midst of stuff is processing, I might watch 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there, then go back to edits, go back to, photography edits and stuff. So, yeah, man, I'm a simple man. I ain't too complex and
on
nothing.
top of that, you also have a full-time job.
Yeah, 40 hours a week. Yeah, I know, right?
It's just, I'm trying to figure out where the hours of the day going. Like, I mean, it's only 24. Did you invent a couple more?
Nah, I just don't sleep as much as I should.
So what do you get, about 4 or 5 hours of sleep?
I say the most is about 7. And to be honest with you, even like, all right, cool, I'm off in the morning, I can get me some good sleep. at the most 7. So usually I range about, like you said, about 4 to 7, just depending on how much I got going on and how tired I am from everything else.
And that's crazy. I was just speaking to a friend, lady of mine, actually today, and we were talking about that because I was telling her when you have so many different things going on in your mind and so many different things you want to do, somehow you find the time to actually do it, and things that you may have thought before, like, oh no, I wouldn't lack on this sleep. You find yourself lacking out on that because you're actually going and walking into your dreams. And, so I think, that whole saying that someone used to say, everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? When you really think about it, sometimes you can look at it like, oh man, how they even managed to get this done, until you're actually living it. You don't look at it as like, I'm missing out on this sleep, because you're just living your dreams. You're doing something that you love, what you want to do.
Personally, it's hard for me to go to sleep. If I have something on my mind,
exactly.
It's hard for me to go to sleep because I'm so driven. Like, okay, I can't. How they say you cut your brain off and whatnot. I can't do that. So the closest thing I can do to cut my brain off is cut my phone off. But even then, I'm still sitting in the bed looking at the ceiling like, all right, but if I do this, then I'll jump up and go to my computer or get my notepad. So it's just one of those things.
You gotta distract yourself. I have the same problem a lot. Like, anyone that's around me, if you know me well enough, you can just look at me until the wheels are turning.
I get that a lot.
Like you can just sit there like, yo, I'll be sitting there driving. What are you thinking about? Nothing. What do you think about? Nothing. What do you? Like, all right, so yeah, like I can multitask, but I'm in the physical, but my mental is somewhere else.
I'll be honest with you, I actually get that, but it's more of an intimidation factor for a lot of people. Like, yo, Mo, you all right? You good? You good?
Bro,
I guess
you're a lot bigger.
That's what I'm saying. It's also you like 7, 8. I'm kind of intimidated. And you sound like Barry White, just kind of back in Newports. You're like, yeah, man, I'm just kind of intimidated.
Because
I had the same problem though.
Like, you had the same issue. You understand?
Okay,
I appreciate it. I just literally be in my own world, and it's like I have no issues. I can literally go 2, maybe 3 days without really holding conversation. You be like, Mo, you good? Yeah, I'm all right. I'm cool. Hey, Mo, what are you doing tonight? Working. What are you doing when you get off? Working. What do you do when you're not working? Thinking about working. So, nonetheless, so it's like, I guess the short answers, and I guess my stature does play a factor in it, but I'm a big teddy bear. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get close enough to the teddy bear to realize that.
Oh, but wait a minute. We have to add, insert, he like kittens.
I do like kittens.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't particularly care for cats until I got a kitten, and I was like, I guess they ain't that bad.
No, they're not. You know what I'm saying? He like kittens. My man, he likes kittens. Just like myself.
Cats? Still not there with them. Kittens?
Yeah. I can do that. Not the round. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. No, I'm with that.
I'll let you ride. It's an inside joke. That's what it is. It's an inside joke. A little trick though, again, like my mind works the same way. So what I do is I give it something to focus on that I don't care about, and then eventually my mind will just slowly go away with it. Like I told you, sleeping purpose, I do the same thing. So what I do is, it's crazy. I think I may have told you before. Again, Mason can appreciate this now. What I do is I think about Pokemon, and again, I haven't messed with Pokemon since I was a kid. So I just start naming the Pokemon that I know in my mind. My mind is like, you know what, this is some BS, I'm gonna mess with you, I'm slowing down. And then when it slows down in that process, I can slide that sleep right in there. So it's kind of like tricking your mind, because you got to give it something to do. Something it doesn't care about, then like, okay, I don't need full maximum to think about the different Pokemon. And after that, it'll come down from 100 to about 70 to 60, about 50, I'll give me some sleep. Pretty good work.
I'm gonna be honest, I wish I had that problem, that issue. Now it's just like, I do so much where it's just like, I'm on the phone doing stuff. My wife look at me, babe, you sleep, huh? I ain't sleep. And like I'm literally like trying to get stuff done in the midst of trying to still stay awake, and
And you enjoy this, right? I really feel like
I love
it. I love what I do. Even if I fall asleep, my face hit the laptop.
Yes, I love it. Like I would do this for the rest of my life. I love it.
Out of the different hats that you wear, what is another hat you like to add to your whole collection that we may be surprised with? Because, you do a lot, videography, photography. You do, again, you're a staff writer. I'm trying to figure out when you find time to write with all this right here. Because when I write, there's something.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't really written a lot. I haven't written anything in a while as far as, like, writing for Jetlag. Now I do a lot more of the behind-the-scenes type stuff. So, like, for the award show that's coming up, I'll be doing, like, the videos for, like, the nominees and stuff for that. But as far as like writing actual pieces, I haven't really written in a while just for them. And as far as like my own music, I haven't really had a lot of time to carve out and finish songs. I got ideas. I have, you know, hooks and concepts, but as far as finishing a whole song, everything else is still like shoving that off to the side. I still try to get in a couple words, a couple lines here and there, but it's still like, all right, music, I'm coming back to you one day. But then somebody like, hey, bro, what's your availability for next week? And I'm like, I guess I'm available this day or this day. And just kind of like moving stuff around and trying to figure out some time for everybody. So
So with you having many different hats, do you have a team around you that kind of helps you? Because again, you might have
ain't no team.
No
Well,
team?
I'm not gonna say it's no team. I do work with people, but as far as like, I would want my like team like Adam Black, Lens of Adam team to like really be a team. Like, hey, I can count on you to do this. I can count on you to do this. Realistically, it's me and my wife, and even her, she'd be like, look, I love you, but I can't do all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand, because this is my passion, and I don't want to like make her do anything that she don't want to do.
Do you think it's hard for you to actually kind of find people that's going to love it the way that you love it? So that's why you kind of be like, listen, I'm going to just push it out the way that I see it for right now until you kind of can open it to let people in?
That, and I'm pretty much a perfectionist as far as a lot of the things. So I don't want to just like, yeah, man, do this, and then you do it. Like, I could have did that a lot better, and it probably wouldn't took me as much time as it took you to do it, and I would have been a lot happier. So that's where I'm at right now. Like right now, there's like one other guy I work with as far as like my photography and videography. So any of this, Shim,
Yeah, I think I met him.
Shim, that's the homie right there. That's my bro. Like when I say like, and I really only met dude like a couple years ago, but like I don't invite people to my home. So I invite Shim to my home. Like, bro, come pick up stuff, come drop stuff off. Like, my wife at home, hey, Shim's coming through, grab these cameras, and he gonna be on his way. I don't just do that with everybody because home is sacred to me.
Absolutely.
That's, you know, to be invited into someone's home, that's a very vulnerable place. Because the way I look at it, home is where I lay my head at night. You know where I live at. You know where I rest my eyes.
That's where you find your peace.
Exactly. So if I don't trust you enough to be in my home, it means I don't think that you would take my peace into consideration.
That's another way of looking at it.
Yeah. So like, if you know where I live at, you must be real close to me. So like Shim, working with him, he does a lot with me as far as Lens of Adam, and we have something together. And one other guy, Adrian, is Akata Visions, and that's another like.
That's the A and the V with the lion in its corner. Yeah, I saw that.
Panther. You know what I mean?
Panther, I'm
yeah,
sorry,
you know what I mean?
I apologize.
Yeah, that one up. But yeah, man, like just working with him, I'm trying to incorporate a lot more people, but again, trying to find the right people and make sure they understand the brand and what I'm doing and the concepts. And it's not just shooting with a camera. That's not what I do. I'm not just the cameraman. You know, what we're doing is visual storytelling. It's a lot deeper than just pretty pictures and video and whatnot.
So
I'm sorry, please go ahead.
So today, what would you say is your best, like, all-time favorite shoot that you did to date?
Video or photography?
Both.
Video, photography. Ooh. Video, I didn't even actually edit the video, but I did the video clips for it. I got to work with a group of kids. It's after-school program, underprivileged kids, called the Colors Program, and I actually got to do like some video clips and stuff for them. Like they hit home for me because like I love being able to work with kids because that's the next generation. If we ain't teaching them how to act, what to do, what not to do now, they're gonna pick it up wherever. And you don't want the wrong things influencing kids. So if I can go and talk to them and show them, hey, you can have fun with this, you can make money from this with the camera, that's the best feeling ever. I love that. And as far as photography, just like little random shoots with my dogs. Like, I love my dogs. Those are like my kids. I don't have any kids right now, but
What kind of dogs do you have?
2 pit bulls. You know, your stereotypical black dog.
You thinking that?
No, I was thinking
right?
probably like a little Shih Tzu or, you know.
He actually dropped a real dope clip with a friend of the podcast, Jason. He dropped a little short video. I think it was December 9th, December 10th, or something of that nature. Where
It was actually it came out Oh no, yeah, you're right.
It was around because it was snowing and whatnot.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had his dogs running around
Oh,
outside.
okay. I
And
think you
thought
did
that
show.
was,
Yeah.
I thought that was so dope. Even the fact of how you had, I think it was called an interlude on Jason's album.
Mm-hmm.
You had that playing. I mean, it was like maybe 49 seconds.
Yeah, something like
that nature. But it was just so beautiful how the clarity and whatnot. So I thought that was really. I think I called you a text. I'm like, yo, this is some real good work right here. So
I appreciate that.
I definitely can appreciate that. Right. I can definitely appreciate that. Question though.
Mm-hmm.
What was the extra hat that you wanted to add?
I'm be honest, like I'm trying to think, like what you said, a hat that would be surprising.
Yeah, a hat that you actually haven't tapped into, something that you want to do. Like, but you know what? I got all this on my table. I have no time to get to that. At some point, I have to get to this because it's something that I'm interested in.
What we got? I mean, because photography, check. Videography, check. I rap, check. Producer, check. Graphic design, check. I'm a husband. I mean, well, I guess I wouldn't be surprised. I want to be a father eventually.
It's a hell of a hat.
Yeah, that's the major hat.
You don't take the hat off.
That's a forever hat.
Yeah.
Same with husband hat. Like that's forever. I don't know. Like right now, like everything I'm doing now is things that I want to do and I enjoy and I love. Like I don't think there's any other hats. Like I told you, merch coming out, fashion design. Well, eventually, yeah, I do want like a full on like fashion company type situation, like an actual line. Mm-hmm. So I guess you could say that.
What would your line be geared towards? Typically people start off with the sweatsuits, t-shirts, dad hats. Mm-hmm. Would you go the same route, or you ask like, we're gonna switch this thing up a little bit?
Well, before I got extra fluffy and whatnot, my original style was I wore neckties, bow ties, button ups, slacks.
Classic man look.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be necessarily geared all the way towards there, but kind of taking pieces like your classic button up and taking pieces like a t-shirt and just different, not silhouettes, but more detail oriented. Like your normal t-shirt wouldn't just look like a t-shirt. So if someone was to look at your t-shirt, they look like that looks expensive. And it might not necessarily be expensive, but they would look at it like that there was some attention to detail with whatever that person is wearing.
But a lot of people don't pay attention to detail. Would you think that nuance will actually, would you be upset if that nuance actually goes overlooked?
Nah, because the people that matter, that catch it, that's what it's for. Because like we had a conversation earlier with a couple people, and as far as like the list of hip hop and certain people not being on the list and certain people being on the
award
list.
ceremony coming up?
Awards, top 20 lists, all that type of situation. And I don't particularly care about that anymore. Like I used to want to be on those lists, and I used to like man, I gotta make sure my work, But I'm to the point now where I understand and realize that the majority of the people that are like voting on those lists and voting on awards, they don't know the difference between that dope line and that song got a dope beat to it. They don't know the difference between this video right here, he actually paid attention to his color grading and his framing and his composition, and this one over here they just jumping around with a whole bunch of guns and whatever. But it's a cool song, so that one got 1 million views and this one got 200. But that 200 views to me is more important than that 1 million views. Granted, both art in its own right, but this one over here, to me, I appreciate that one a lot more because it might have a little bit more substance than this over here. So, I don't know, man.
That takes me back. I wanted to, and I met, with all due respect, that takes me back to what we actually were talking about. I think we had the conversation about when we sat down in North Carolina about how do you feel about people who are recording off of their iPhones and stuff, and you actually pay attention to details with your cameras and with your videos and everything. Like, do you think that takes away from actually the craft and what you have going on?
Realistically, it does and it doesn't, because it just adds a little bit more access to people. But again, like the people who it matters to, those are the people I'm geared towards. Like the people who understand video production and the importance of video and the importance of a quality song, those are people that I'm gearing my products towards. it ain't really geared towards, like, this ain't McDonald's videos. You know what I mean? Anybody can shoot a McDonald's video. That's cool. You know, it's quick, it's easy, it'll fill you up real quick, but it ain't no substance. We over here, we trying to give you, like, you know, filet mignon, 5-star quality of video, music, fashion, whatever. So for a lot of people who, they get the quick joints, that's cool, that's for them. But the people who pay attention to detail, this is for y'all.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Question, like, again, I know one of my big pet peeves, when I'm at an event and there's a photographer there, a wedding, I was about to say funeral, wedding, birthday.
Hey, don't forget to get
photographers there?
Bro, I ain't never seen one.
No.
That'd be
wild.
You know what? Hold up.
People
You might have a niche right there. I'm about to bust in the. Oh, you know what?
10%.
I got you.
10%.
People do take pictures of the dead. I don't not like
that's
that.
wild. But I hate the situation like when I go to an event and there's a photographer, paid photographer there, and people are still taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because again, as soon as like the person's walking, everyone start getting their phone up. I'll be the only person like.
Chill.
I'm in the moment, and the photographer's here to take the pictures for them. I'm here, so I don't necessarily need that. How do you feel about that, as far as those people, or it just comes with it, or how do you look at it?
The cool thing that you said about that is, like, I did my very first wedding for my boy Luck. This was a few months ago, and like right before they like did their ceremony, they like got over and talked to everybody like, look, the bride and groom would appreciate if no one used their cell phones to, you know, record or take pictures or anything like that. Like, you know, we've hired professionals, they're trained, they're here to take the pictures, just wait for those to come out and, you know, just respect the ceremony. And that was it. Nobody took any pictures, nobody had their phones out, grandma didn't have the iPad like this.
That happens too.
Because I've seen, like, you know, you just got the iPad and, oh, that's my baby.
Oh,
and then,
Yeah, and I think too. I know. I've known of a couple of weddings like that. They make them put their phones in the basket or whatnot before they actually walk in. But the thing is, you look at too, because I've known someone who got married and they Facebook Live in the ceremony, and I'm like, if they wanted people to be a part of that, they would have been there and invite. Don't do that. I think that takes away from, you know what I'm saying, what they got going on. That right there is.
I agree. I went to an engagement party and literally, I guess she was the only person that didn't know what was going to happen, obviously, right? So when it's going on or whatever, so her cousin sitting there filming it, the video, boom, throws it on Facebook, shout out to my cousin, da-da-da-da. Next thing you know, her phone starts blowing up because everyone's seeing it. She's like, I didn't get a chance to enjoy the moment. I got to start saying thank you and all that. In those situations, sometimes just stay in, or at least let me be the one to put it out there. You don't have to be the one with the breaking news.
Exactly. And that's the thing, man. It's like, everybody has to be the first person to do it. So that's why you have, like, stuff happens and then, you know, Jay-Z dropped the album right now. So 30 minutes later, you got to think piece about what's the album about and how you feel about it. Like, bro, you only listen to the album halfway. You ain't listen to the whole thing. Like, chill. Let that man rock first and then get your think piece out. But everybody wants to be that first person to get those hits, get those likes and retweets and shares, reposts or whatever. So now it's like people can't just enjoy things.
They can't. And that's so sad because that's even like when people die. Like you see a lot of people saying, please stop putting on Facebook that and sometimes you post it and they ain't even die yet. Like they on the verge of, you know, like an hour later they died, but you know, they done killed them an hour before. I think, you know, we just kind of, I guess that's the whole social media trend. That's the whole, our society where we're at. Nobody's respecting any like personable kind of events and stuff like that and moments.
Everybody wants the attention from it. Again, you have to be respectful of all parties in the situation.
Yeah.
So with saying that everybody wants the attention from it, why? As humans and as, you know, people, why do you want the attention from that?
I think it actually speaks more about the individual character.
I think,
I think it's a lack of, because first of all, everybody wants to be accepted, everybody wants to be wanted, everybody wants to feel important.
I think that's the core of it.
Everybody wants to feel important, you know, so it goes back to that, I'm the first. So therefore, you're etched out in somebody's book like, you know, Boom 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 was first to do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and
I think that's what
unfortunately,
it boils down to.
We've gotten to the place to where
Self-value.
any kind of attention is good attention.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what kind of attention.
It don't.
People
Prime example, Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Reality shows.
Prime example.
Yeah.
Question for you. You didn't go to school for this right here, did you?
Photography and videography? Nah.
So you study under Smith to Lee, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not even on Lee. Like, Lee's giving me, like, tips and stuff along the way.
Okay.
shout out to Lee, if you want to take me under your wing and I be my mentor, you know, I will take it, because like right now, in my opinion, that's the GOAT around here.
Absolutely.
Point blank
Who is
period.
Lee?
That's the GOAT.
I know he does videos for Rock.
Rock, Chemo.
Yeah.
You've seen his work.
Yeah, you absolutely seen his work.
Even if you don't know who he is, you've seen his work, because he does a lot of stuff around in the area. And you can tell his work. His work is very high quality work. Like I said, this is the upper echelons of videography and photography type stuff. You've seen his work.
So you better speak that.
That's what I'm saying.
So
So Lee,
speak it, put it out there.
So based off of that, like you said, you can clearly see his work. You know, you have certain producers like a Swiss Beat. As soon as it comes on, you gotta hear Swiss. You just know.
if you hear a whistle, it's Swiss Beats. That's it.
Exactly.
All you need is the
God
whistle.
damn it. Like, you know, the extra is right there. So with your actual photography, do you try to like kind of capture that? Because we were speaking on Jordan Peele earlier.
You have a call.
This movie, like you can just see like he's carving out his lane. Do you look at that as well with your photography?
Real quick, would you say what's his name? Jordan Peele, correct?
Jordan Peele.
Would you say Jordan Peele is similar to Quentin Tarantino?
I think it's too soon.
No. I mean, I don't mean as far as clout wise. I mean as far as the thinking out of the box. Because you know, when Quentin Tarantino first came around, I was like, yo, this is gory. This is a lot of Kill Bill. Would you say that Peele? I guess you would say testing the waters. Like, you know, I'm pushing the envelope.
Honestly, that's what I said.
Keep pushing the envelope.
First one to me, I think that was somewhat of luck. The second one right here, this is going to be the one. Now you're on the stage now. Now we're expecting you to do these numbers. We're giving you a $60 million budget or $100 million budget. And we want a half a bill back. We want this
think
back now.
Just on the strength that he got 2 people in it from Black Panther. I think that's going to ride right
Yeah,
there.
so I think this is his moment to see if he's going to start carving out his name. Just like the sophomore album. That's really when you be like, the rapper's actually...
That first one, because you had a long time to get that first one together. But that second
It
one
was like 12 years, if I'm not mistaken, for that first one he did.
Yeah, even like Seth Rogen, their breakout movie, Superbad. He's like, yo, we were literally doing this in high school. It took me 12 years. Like, so in that first one, okay. That second one, though,
it
now
kind of proves, like, all right, you had a whole lot less time to figure out that first one to the second one. Can you do it again? If you can't do it again, can you do it again? And then that's when you get into Tarantino type situation. Like, all right, well, he has a pattern. 'Cause, I mean, realistically, we've only seen one movie from him, so I couldn't even really say it's close to that Tarantino. I would at least need like 3, just to kind of see where his thought process is as far as visually and how he's kind of like doing things. Because this third one might be garbage and look like trash, which it won't. But I'm just saying, like, I would at least need something to. I need more data.
I think he's on that trajectory though of a Quentin Tarantino. It feels like he's scared.
Okay.
He's got to keep that right pace, that right pace, and that right way that he's cutting it. Because again, eventually you start getting to those real bags. Hey, you need to make one of these. Go back to the comedy you and Key and Peele was doing. If he tries to go back and it's like, hold up, bro, whoa. Matter of fact, he had a movie that kind of went under Keanu. Remember that with him and
I ain't gonna flunk. I like Keanu.
I liked it too.
I like
Method Man was in it too. It was.
Yo, I'll be honest. I've never heard this movie before. I'm
Watch
not a TV watcher.
It's got a kitten in it. Watch it.
It does.
Watch it. You gonna like it just off that. Like, go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
They got a kitten in it.
I'm like
it. Yeah. And that might have been his first bat right there. We just don't really count that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on. He's winning right now. Just Get Out. Do it again. Okay.
He's definitely gonna do it again.
You can't keep remixing Get Out though. We're gonna let you ride for this first one if it's Get Out. But after that, it's like Kevin Hart. Like, all right, guy, I need a...
Exactly. What else we got?
But if that's his lane, why not just stick in the lane? That's like you're trying to ask somebody that's a rapidy rap type of cat to do mumble. Like, if this is my lane...
No, we didn't say do mumble. We said another lane. You can do something else that's just as good.
Such as what? Like, as in like a Dave East do a chick track?
I'm going to give you a good example. Kanye West from Rapidy Rap, College Dropout, to 808s and Heartbreaks. Both... dope.
I think he lost some writers. I think he lost some writers in between that.
He did.
I think that's why he had to hire some writers.
He lost Ron-Fest. He lost Ron-Fest. I think he got gained side high around that time.
It's two different lanes.
It's actually 2 different lanes.
But it's still dope.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely. Got a question, totally off of what we're talking about.
Okay.
I've been getting this so often. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start with you, Lady Simone. What's your idea of a podcast?
Oh,
I get this so much, you know, because I invest a lot of my time and my efforts into what it is I'm doing, because it's some sort of journalism in a sense, right? Some form of journalism. So when I because the person that's going to really champion what you're doing is, like we spoke earlier, is the person that's actually behind it, right? So I'm sitting there pushing it, right? Pushing it. If someone asks, I have a sweatshirt such as Lady Simone have one, I have a hat like McFly have one. What is a podcast? And I'm kind of floored by this right here. So therefore, I'm going and telling like Nutshell's a radio, so it's a radio show without music. And a nut, right?
Well, for me, how I approach it, because I would listen to some podcasts, you know, prior to us actually coming together to be a podcast. And for me, it was just, you know, people talking about things that they love and giving information on their platform. So, like, you know, I'm into, say, crocheting and all this other stuff. It's almost like a YouTube video without the actual visual. So, for me, that's how I look at it. And for us, for this platform, you know, just like we said, conversation, transparency through conversation. So, for me, the podcast is something that where you can listen to us, and we're actually kind of like, we're bringing you into our space, but only not actually being physically there.
A diary?
So it's like we're having conversations that we usually have back in the day, even at home, you know, how we used to sit down amongst friends and just talk. Now you could be a friend by just listening. You're actually a part of that conversation, and that's how I approach it.
Mr. Black, how do you actually be a podcaster?
I concur.
Hey, that was a married man right there. That was a married man right there. Yeah, I concur. She did it.
I mean, because like realistically, she basically tied it up in a nutshell. Like for me, that's really what podcasts are. And like again, my guilty pleasure is like if I'm editing something, I need something in the background because my mind is always working. So I need other stimulus what I'm going on. So if I'm editing somebody's photos, I might throw somebody's podcast or like you said, some YouTube videos in the background and listen to that as I'm editing. So for me, like you said, it's being a part of that conversation, but it's also, you know, extra stimulus as far as my brain is always moving.
McFly.
I would say originally I looked at it as more of some B-side topics with B-side views on it. So maybe not something that's, you know, you have the
explain what people a B-side is.
Okay, so you have the, I guess from a classic standpoint, it would be the, like from a tape, CD. You have the A-side, which would be like the pop hits, Drake, Hotline Bling or something like that right there. But then you might have another girly track that's actually considered more of a B-side. So again, it's the actual B-side topics. Like you might go to ABC, they may not be talking about what just happened. Like, oh, do you know that Kanye West, okay, now they're talking about Kanye West. Everything Kanye West. Then they're talking about, oh, by the way, this basketball player got this girl pregnant. They don't love in hip-hop. There may be conversation that's not being spoken about, and people are stating their opinions on it. Or the more general topics, and people just stating those raw opinions on it. That's how I looked at it. This is too dirty to be actually put on an airwave or something like that, compared to radio and satellite radio. Satellite radio, they say whatever they want. We have our own little niche. You came over into our world, understanding what it is. So initially, that's how I probably looked at it. But now that the podcast is getting to be more of a, people are starting seeing the financial long term they can get from it. It's starting to kind of change a little bit. Overall, though, it's just conversation at literally we're in the living room. Conversation, comfortable with actual people, just based off of real life experiences.
And my personal take is just organic conversation that we're recording in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So why do you think more people don't know what podcasters are? Like, I mean, from different ages. I mean, like I've spoken to 20-something-year-olds. Dude, I don't know what a podcast is. I spoke to 40-year-olds. What is a podcast?
I don't think they
even in between.
I don't think it's not like they don't know what it is. They just have not put the name podcast to it. Because like I watched this thing called Jada and Stitches on YouTube, and it's a crochet channel, and I'll sit there and plug in with her just because that's my downtime. That's something that I do just kind of like to chill out, and I'll just have it in. I don't necessarily see it because she does a YouTube live, and she's talking, and you got people from all over the world joining on these conversations, you know, giving money to actually do super chats and all this other stuff. And the thing is, for me, is that's similar to just a podcast. You know, they just don't have that name put on it as podcast.
Honestly, I think it's because there's so many different definitions. There's no one definition that people kind of know. So it's like, all right, you said it's this, and you said it's this, and you said it's this. So them is like, well, what is it? Because in their mind, they have one idea of what a podcast is, and then you tell them what you're doing, and you say this is a podcast, and like, well, that ain't what I thought a podcast was. So then they go into the world with two different views of what a podcast is, and then somebody else said, well, I just heard a little podcast, and I'm like, well, I know what that is, and that's different from the other two ideas that I already had. So there's not a concrete answer for some people.
That it's still a new way of actually putting out audio, putting out content. So it's not necessarily a pioneer to necessarily say, this is how we do it. So this is the route we're going off.
Yeah.
How the first person that actually shot it, left his wrist. Now you see like, yo, when you shoot, you gotta follow through. It hasn't been that pioneer yet to actually put that flag in the sand and actually say this is what it is. Until with all due respect.
And I don't think it will ever get there, though. I'm going to say, I don't think so, because just like with us, how our main goal is to change it up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We're trying to add dents into this thing. Like, we're trying to do so many different things
I don't know
that's
if
going to switch it
podcast
up.
has a weekly playlist. We drop a weekly playlist.
See, that's the what I would say, the attention to detail, the upper echelons of podcasts.
Yes, I mean, like we do
know,
commercials and visuals and, you know what I'm saying, different stuff. We do merch and what's up.
So with that, again, the title, like she said, I think everyone knows what the content of a podcast, but not necessarily the actual title. Like, I was playing Uno recently, and the person goes out of turn. I call it a dumb boy.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, I never heard that either.
But as far as the terminology, if you go out of turn or you don't call Uno,
We
people
know not to
like,
play with him.
yeah, I'm away.
I know, right? Like, nah, that's a whatchamacallit.
No.
Yeah, when you lose automatically. I got all the cards. Uno.
I'm on top 5, guaranteed. But that happened. Everybody was like, nah, I don't call it a dumb boy, but I definitely like know the action. I'm supposed to draw 2 cards. I was like, I just kind of label it something different. So we all could relate to the action, but not necessarily the label.
Terminology of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, maybe that needs to be kind of morphed to something like actually.
So you think something needs to be concrete, and then we start growing from that point?
I think it needs a foundation, as everything does. Yeah.
But I think now you got to think about
not a
too.
bad
What
point.
makes us think is, okay, we have such a society that don't actually listen a lot to different things. So the thing is, they don't take the time, because it's like everything is constant. It's like I gotta go. But I think they don't. If they begin to plug in and understand that, okay, this is something that I can actually listen to on the go or in the car, this right here, then they would kind of build up to what a podcast is,
You know what? When I first started this right, I was researching podcasts, right? They had some podcasts that are literally 3 minutes. I'm like, yo, dude,
3
I
minutes?
cannot, yeah, 3 to 5 minutes. I was like, I cannot do that. I'm too long-winded for that, right? Even down to 15 minutes, I said, I cannot do that in 15 minutes. So I just thought that was so crazy. Even again, like we spoke about, I think it was last week, how we're being programmed to want to short form of things.
Of course.
Even now, when I'm looking at like we said, Tekashi songs, like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
with a chorus and everything.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's kind of how they literally, people don't call mixtapes, albums, projects. Like, I don't know what the title is. I got the music. I like it.
I'll be honest with you, they don't want to take accountability. That's what I think it is.
Some of that too.
Dave
Some of
used
that
to
too.
have 7 albums. I'm sorry.
He did.
Hey, what's my man named Trey Songz that dropped 2 albums?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
did.
No, they
He
call it
did.
a project.
He did.
Nah,
He did.
and it's another thing with that right there. You were saying earlier, I don't like when people say, look here, man, I'm an artist. I get that, but you gotta fall into. I mean, we gotta have.
I think
you gotta.
no. I think some again. It's kind of like you're saying. Some people say this is a mixtape, just so you know, they have the pressure. Some people just say I'm an artist, so if I'm experimenting, don't judge me. But some people literally are just artists. There's no.
Like, okay, because I think most recently we got Tory Lanez that's screaming that I'm an artist, right?
No.
That's what he says
would
though.
disagree.
I don't think people. That's like everyone said this is art.
You gotta
I
be
don't
able-
think
you gotta be
everything is art.
Not art.
I don't think everything is. I don't think
think
everything
art-
creative is good.
I think art is expression.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, art is gonna be art. Like right now, if I kick a hole through that wall, and I'll be like, yeah, that's art. Some of us,
And we're gonna argue about that.
Look,
we're gonna argue about the whole
right,
issue.
So, look, to you, they're like, you know what? You just my wall.
Exactly.
That ain't art.
Exactly.
But if somebody like, you see the expression he did. He expressed.
I'm like,
it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you
It's
bugging.
amazing.
That's what I'm telling you.
It's
Bugging.
amazing. See how much expression it is with his foot through the wall. See how his Yeezy just hangs ever so slightly out of the corner. It's amazing. And they pay $1 million for it.
Yeah.
But somebody else is like, bro, you just messed up my wall. I ain't gonna get my deposit back. I'm
Yeah.
mad. I'm hot.
But I'm
Right.
saying, come on, we gotta call bullshit. Come on,
No,
You can't. No, you can't. You can't.
Why?
You know
You
why?
let somebody throw.
Because art is art. You at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you can't always want to put everything in the box and say, well, what kind of art you do, dog? You can't. You just can't. It's just art is art.
And I think
Say someone trying to do that with our podcast. So you a comedy podcast? No.
Yeah, exactly.
So you a real topic, like daily topic? No.
Exactly.
So I need to put you into a box. Put you in a box.
And I'm telling them, transparency, clean,
You
clean.
gonna pick the biggest. You gonna pick the
Transparency.
biggest box possible, which would for them situation would be artists. That's
yeah.
the same
So
thing.
you can't. Yeah, I don't think
want
you
the
can put that
freedom
on there.
That's
Yeah,
the same thing.
I just
I have to
go
agree.
with that,
But
man.
it is easier to understand if someone puts stuff in a box.
Yeah, right. I just
understand
can't.
it. I get what you're saying. Like
Maybe
you
because
really
I'm older, right? I guess 'cause I might be a little dated. And
Hold on, how old are you?
38.
bro, I'm 31. It's not like you like super ancient or nothing. I'm 31.
Yeah.
And I understand it. Like,
You know what? My kids tell you. My kids asked me the other day off the subject. He's like, "Daddy, when you went to school, was it like a house like it be in the movies?" I was like, "No, son." He's like, "Daddy, TV was black and white when you was a kid, right?" I said,
Nah,
"Son, I'm not that old."
in their mind, you are.
Yeah, in their mind, like I'm like super old.
But you gotta think about it from this perspective, though. Like, I have a conversation with like all the old white people at work all the time because they come in and then they talk about all this technology. I don't know if I'm gonna learn it. You have to understand and realize I'm 31. Like, I still remember doing book reports and with encyclopedias and going to the library,
I went to
checking
the
out
neighbor house, borrowed their encyclopedia because they had the money.
Oh, they had all the encyclopedias.
Yeah.
Yeah, the encyclopedias, you had to go check out books and cite your sources and all that.
Yep.
My sister, they didn't have to do all that, bro. Like,
MapQuest, we had to actually print it out and actually
Yeah,
do like,
exactly.
2.5 miles. I think we about 2.5.
yeah, like you had like really MapQuest and stuff. There was no like Google, GPS and stuff. You had to print it out. Don't mess around and get the map wet. And you, I think we're supposed to go that way. It's a river. It ain't no river. We're in Oklahoma. There's no river right here. So,
Technology.
Yes,
Technology. I saw on social media you had a checklist of your goals for 2018. I think you met a little bit over half of them, right?
yeah, it's like 6 out of 10. I was like, oh, snap, okay. Doing better than what I thought. Okay.
Pretty fair. So that's actually over average, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually do you believe in New Year's resolutions?
I do. I do.
So let me ask you a question, because I had this conversation as well. I think we might have this conversation just recently.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference from a goal and a resolution?
I don't know. I'm not going to lie
I
to you.
think if you're looking to sit under a resolution, I mean there's a problem. And this is the
Not
resolution.
there's multiple definitions.
That's,
I
yeah.
actually looked it
When
up.
you asked me to think about it just now, I was like, resolution problem.
Yeah.
Goal is just like the next step. Resolution, like I'm coming out of something, trying to go into something better.
Facts.
That's how
That's what it is.
When you break it down to me,
I meant to say that.
And you know what's crazy?
I gave him the answer, though.
I actually looked it up, but you know, like there's multiple definitions for different things.
Yeah.
And this guy, he actually posted up on social media. He actually said, you know what, 92% of New Year's resolutions fail. It's only 8% that actually win. Right? I said, all right. So do you think it's the whole term New Year's resolution that people are so hung up on? So I actually do this thing called Mo's Monday Moment, right? And this week was based around resolutions. I said, you know what? Let's change the narrative. Let's just say, what are some of your goals in the next 365 days? Let's just change it. You know
But then the thing is, though, you look at a goals resolution, some people still don't meet the goals that they set out. I think what happens is life happens. Situations and circumstances come about. You may have on your mind, like, okay, I'm setting this New Year's resolution. I'm doing this. I want to meet this goal. I want to do this. And something just hits you hard and stumbles you, and you forget all about what you actually wanted to do and what you were going to go
I fell
about
victim
doing.
to that. I fell victim to that for years, but the truth of the matter is, you still stick to the plan.
I think it's too much pressure. You gotta look at it. New Year's resolution. You know, everybody in the world is trying to be the best them on January the 1st.
Absolutely. No,
So that means
31st. 31st. First, half the time they're already out of here.
Exactly.
They're already gone about
But I mean, they're starting. So you got everybody around you trying to be like, I'm eating salad. Nah, I'm actually carpool. Everyone's like, I gotta be like
conscious.
Yeah. So but soon as like, yo, Bob, you getting a burger day, man? Not feeling it. Yo, let me get one too. Like, you start feeling comfortable, like, I can get back in my... Because that happens, and that's typically about January. The gym. I hate the gym topic. I shouldn't say hate that. I dislike it a lot, though. Based off the fact that everybody's there. Like, I know you're not going to be in 2 months. I appreciate you guys going out there, trying the effort, because you definitely got to make that first step. Get off my treadmill, though.
I'll be real. That's like one of my resolutions, goals, or whatever, is to get into better shape. But I'm not going to go to the gym. Just for that simple fact. I don't like people, for the most part. Like,
Okay. How?
You know what I mean?
You're
I don't.
a videographer for
Surprise, exactly.
He said surprise.
Surprise. I'm a natural introvert. I do not like people. I hate small talk. I hate meaningless conversations. Like, I enjoy this because I can sit down and talk to y'all. And,
Are you going to say otherwise when she leaves? You can get a call, baby, be like, yo, this right here is a bunch of BS without due respect.
Nah, I love this. I'm gonna be real. Like, I love it. We actually having conversations. I like having conversations with people. But when you go to parties and like, oh, so, what do you do? Well, I do this, this, and this. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I have 2 cats, and one's name Snuffles, and the other one's name is Element. Oh, and that's interesting. I don't like that. I don't like meaningless conversations.
So when it comes to someone, I heard Cameron says, he said when someone calls him, he allows them 20 to 30 seconds to actually say what it is they need, because I know you want something. So do you fall under that same umbrella? Yo, just tell me what you want. Let's just get this over with. Just tell me what you want. I'm gonna let you know yes or no.
Nah, because like 9 times out of 10, when I'm talking to somebody, I know what they want before they call because they only know me for certain things. Like a lot of people, I say 80 to 90% of my phone calls or text messages or DMs or emails is, what's your availability and when is it done and what's your availability? Is it done yet? What's your availability? I say 90 to 80% of my phone calls and text messages, all of that. Social media, all of that. What's your availability and when is it going to be ready? Now then, of course, I have certain people that might hit me up, hey bro, what's going on? You know, you good? Yeah, man, I'm good. You know, we talk, we laugh, chop it up. But I don't like to sit on the phone a lot unless we're going to have a conversation. I mean, I always have my phone in my hand, like I'm always texting and I'm always emailing and social media and whatever. But that's a job to me. I'm gonna be honest, like social media for me isn't like, oh, I love social media. I just love it because it's amazing.
Promoting,
social media.
marketing.
Yeah, basically, that's all it is.
I get yelled at all the time if I'm on my phone. So
Facts, bro.
You too?
You right here. You my spirit animal. Because
I get yelled at all the time.
My wife hates you. Like, babe, put your phone down. Babe, I got stuff to do. I'm doing something. You always got something to do. Yes, I know I always have something to do, but what I'm doing is gonna be for us later.
That goes back to the hats though. That goes back to the multiple hats. But you gotta understand.
Oh, that balance.
The later, right now, you gotta take care of right now for later. So if you want all aspects of right now to be with you later, you gotta take care of all aspects of right now.
It's hard because I'm guessing you're just as creative, right? It's hard. There's so many things that's going through your head, and you feel like I can do it all. I know I can do that. That's easy. Oh, I know I can do that too.
But the crazy thing about it is when you do it and then you do it well, it's not like, okay, well, I started filming and I started doing pictures and my stuff was trash. Then she could be like, you know what, babe, you don't need to do that. But like, I got my first camera in 2016. Like, it's not like I've been doing this for 10 years. Like, people was like, man, this is amazing. I'm like, oh, cool, appreciate it. You doing it, you do it well. So it's like, anytime I'm doing something, I'm doing it well. She might not like it because it takes away time from her, but she understands and appreciates the fact that it brings me joy and fulfillment, and I'm doing well at it. Like, I'm able to like pay for stuff with filming and photography and stuff. So she gets it, but she don't want to get it.
But it's not. I would say.
I want to ask you for my own personal take. This is for me.
With all due respect.
No. This is definitely not with all due respect.
With disrespect?
Kinda.
Okay. Sauce up.
How long did it take you to find that balance?
Oh, bro, there's still not quite the
and
real
that's a real
balance.
question right there, in all honesty.
There is no real balance right now. There's always a juggling act between my wife and everything else. Because wife is first. First and foremost, my wife comes before anything. Like right now, my wife called me and said, come home. See you guys later. I appreciate you guys for having me. I gotta go. Photo shoot after here is canceled. Everything is done. Is dead. My wife comes first before any and everything.
Okay.
But because she comes first, she has to understand and know anything else after her is for her. So the reason I'm on this podcast is for her. It's not because I just want to talk about me and have some conversation with some nice people. Me going out and doing photo shoots and video shoots isn't just about me. Okay, I want to show my skills and whatnot. I'm doing this for her. At the back of my mind, anytime I hit that shutter button, this is for her. At the back of my mind, 20, 30 years from now, I'm 50, 60 years old. We chilling. I'm not doing this no more. I'm out. I got 35 people working for me. I got a company. This is a corporation. This is a business. This is a movement. But this is the basement right now. This is the attic. This is the garage. This is Google when you first started. This is Amazon when you first started.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to add something to that because it takes a strong woman to actually be with someone who's creative, who have all this.
She ain't know what she's getting herself into.
But one thing though, I would say that kind of stood out of what you said was that if she was to call, you would drop everything right now. I think with her just knowing that makes her actually feel comfortable with knowing, like, you know what, I'm gonna stay right here. I can take him going for this long because I know at the end of the day, this everything is that, and I think that's right there is what holds tight to that.
I think as well being able to divide it, because when I first started Maya's career, I was gung-ho because this was like the corporate life. I was like, yes, like literally I had they gave me the option. Could you want 2 cell phones? Or you just want to put everything on your one? I was like, no, give me 2. I used to keep both of them with me. I'm sitting there late at night, emails, what the case may be. My that smart man, smart boom. Again, that's what I was about to say. I got my 1. I got my 2.
At the beginning of the year, I'm trying to make that transition to make sure everybody knows. Business-wise, you hit the iPhone. Personal-wise, you hit the Android. Because guess what? If I'm on vacation, I might take my Android with me because, I might get a personal phone call from my mama.
Mm-hmm.
But the iPhone is staying at the house till I get back.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's the way I operate. Whenever I'm out and I'm like, all right, I'm with my lady. Like, if she sees, like, oh, you don't got your other phone with you? That alone right there makes her happy. Like, oh my, I'm gonna have all you.
Yeah, she know. Like, oh, okay,
exactly.
All right, I'm important.
Exactly. So I think that's a nice way to kind of separate it and divide it. And that's how I go about it. Just leave the laptop there. Don't try to be sneaky. Bring the iPad. No, leave the devices there. Just your personal phone. That right there used to in my past relationship. Make things a little smoother right there. So again, obviously you're already on the wave.
She know, bro. Like at the end of the day, like she get it. She at the end of the day, she just wants my time. She knows.
That's what it is.
She knows this stuff is taking away from my time, but it's for our future and it's beneficial. So she understands.
So going into 2019, like you said, you have 4 things left off your to-do list or goals list for 2017. Do those things carry on?
Oh,
and part 2 to that question, what are some, if you don't mind sharing, some of your goals in 2019?
Oh, all right. 2019. These are goals. Goal number 1, drop the EP. I got maybe 4 to 6 songs. I got some production together already. Got some ideas, some concepts. Features on there I already know. At least Luck, Wordplay Luck, one of the hottest around. Taekwon English, SOM. He's gonna be on there. Asia, dope R&B singer. So EP, that's 1. Album, that's 2. I'm trying to do a festival maybe sometime in the middle of the year.
Like a Coachella type festival?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Coachella type joint. So I'm gonna go ahead and speak to existence.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be some downtown Spartanburg spring fling vibes,
Nice.
But it's not just gonna be your standard. Okay, well, this is a festival. Sprinkle a little hip hop. This is gonna be a hip hop festival in downtown Spartanburg, but it's not just gonna be a hip hop festival. I wanted it to incorporate, a healthier lifestyle, healthy living, holistic living. Get out there, register people to vote, get people to really understand I need to be a part of my community, and these people here is part of my community. They do hip hop though, but they're also intelligent people, and they have thoughts, they have dreams and ambitions and goals, and they're not just rapping about your normal quintessential rap stuff. These people this is substance with their hip hop. So, festival, definitely want to get into better shape, take care of my body. Hopefully, impregnate my wife. It's about that time. I'm just gonna.
I didn't expect that.
Look, bro,
that was like a transition there. Like it was strong.
Look.
Wow.
You asked me my goals and ambitions for 2019.
All right, my man.
You know what I mean? I enjoy my wife. So at the end of the day, me and her talk. Be like, y'all ain't having kids yet. Chill. I want to be able to enjoy my wife for at least a year because we just got married in 2017.
Okay.
So I want to be able to at least enjoy my wife for a little bit. Now, pop them babies out, girl. Let's get it. Kids. Realistically, quit that 9 to 5. That's 2019. Quit that 9 to 5. Full-time filming, full-time photography, full-time creativity. What else? Other goals?
Are you concerned about that? Are you nervous about leaving your job?
No.
I mean, because we've been so conditioned as a culture.
No, sir.
9 to 5.
You know why? My mom worked for Toys R Us for 30 some odd years, and right before they went down, she ended up getting sick. She had pneumonia and some other stuff, and they was basically oh, we don't know what happened to your vacation time. So she had a $200 check. She's supposed to have a full check. Oh, we don't know what's going on with this, and then Toys R Us just gone all the extra stuff you're supposed to get. Once you get done with work and your 401k, your pensions and all that gone. They do not care about you.
That's
they
right.
do not care about you. They do not care about you as a person.
That's
So
right.
if you're working for a large corporation, they do not care about you as a person. So for me, I know who I am as a man and as a person, so I know what I expect out of whoever. So I'm gonna have my own company, and whoever works for me is gonna understand that. Like, I got ideas, bro. Like, when I say like my own company, this will, I think women, give them a week for their, their monthly situation. Give them a whole week. Let them do what they do and enjoy themselves.
So a paid week or?
Paid week. Okay. Give to them. Why not? Give a week, a paid week, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm on some real stuff. Like, depending on the woman, like that period of your time, it's rough. It's brutal. Depending on like the intensity of that situation, it's rough. So you gotta smile on somebody's face, and the customer is rude and they're a jerk and granny, like, oh, you should be able to just, let it go or whatever. Like, nah, you shouldn't have to. Chill. Like, enjoy yourself with that. Well, not enjoy yourself, but take that time for yourself that week. Maternity leave, bro. Like, give them time. For the fathers, too. Because I don't want my wife at home with the baby and I'm at work 40 hours a week and she just at home by herself with the baby. I want to be there and take care of her. So that's my company. That's what I want to do with my company and my situation. I'm like,
I think a lot of that will help in with postpartum depression and all this stuff, because
you don't feel alone.
Yeah. A lot of that helps. And I don't think a lot of men really understands that, because hormones, they're like, oh, you're just acting itchy. No, there's really things that goes on that's kind of like, you think a woman carries a baby. You know what I'm saying? All these hormones and emotions, and, even leaving after we had Madison, I went through a time to where it was hard. It was rough. I would cry, and I'm by myself. My mom had to go. He had to go to work. And then I still had 2 other kids I had to take care of. So that's hard. I think a lot of people don't process that. So that's definitely good.
Look, so, goals next year, I just want to be the best me I can be, and hopefully inspire somebody else to want to do the things that they want to do. So I've seen people, you go through life and you let things kind of beat you down. I can't do a podcast. I can't be a rapper. I can't take pictures. I can't. So if you were taught your entire life you can't do that, that's too big of a goal. That's too big of a dream. You can't be this. But then you see somebody be able to do it, like, that's inspiring to somebody. They give somebody the courage to be like, you know what, I'm going to be the first in my family.
I actually had someone, I said within a group text one time, I think I said I want some type of Benz. He's like, you think you can get that? I said, they made more than one, right? As long as they made more than one, I definitely can get that. There's no ifs, ands, buts about
and if they made one, I'm going to go holler at who got it, like, what's up?
Make you offer you can't refuse.
Yeah.
I got one last question for you, my man. How did you end up being a staff writer for Jetlag magazine? First of all, tell us about Jetlag magazine, because I just found out about them when I actually did my research on you. Because you know what, real quick, I'm going to tell you a funny story how I met Mr. Black here. I met Mr. Black, he may not remember, but I met him at Jason's studio recording session, right? And he was in there, he came in here today with his bag, and he had his lights and his homeboy. I guess that was Shim.
Yep, that was
right?
Shim.
I thought it was very impressive, right? And Jason told me ahead of time who was coming. So I left work early just to see what this whole thing was, right? This whole culture shift, this whole culture movement thing was. When I got in there, right, they were eating some apples that they said you remember that, the whole apple thing?
Yeah, bro, I remember all that.
Like, the apples, like, they was having, I was like, yo, I told Jason the next day, like, you don't know, that was a whole skit that you missed out on, right? That was a whole skit for your album, because they was really bugging, like, yo, this is the best apple. And they kept offering me the apple. I was like, dude, I'm eye on the apple. Right. Now, it wasn't you, it was somebody else. I think my man was offended.
That was my boy on Taekwondo, the guy who's going to be on the EP.
Okay. English?
Yeah,
Taekwondo
English.
I think he was offended, because I mean, I was just like, yo, however y'all feeling about this apple, I don't need that same feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because they was really bugging about this.
You don't want the vibes.
No.
I didn't personally eat the apple. Or did I?
No, you ate the apple.
I ate the apple.
No, because you was one of the ones that was sitting there. It was you and Big Flicker that was sitting like, yo, this has to be y'all. You live in some part of town. And you was like, look, I'm coming all the way back to Malden.
Yeah, bro, I live in Spartanburg, bro. I ain't driving them all over there. It was like, bro, them apples was fire.
Wait, y'all went to the fruit stand?
Yeah, it was like
my homie went to the fruit, like, okay.
The fruit stand is
a Hispanic joint, though. It was a Hispanic
I gotta shout my boy out real quick on here. When I tell you, this is like my brother for real. Like, I love this dude, but he's the most random, eclectic, like, concoction of things. Like, dude is just so random. Like, if he was to call me right now, like, bro, I'm about to go skydiving in the morning, I would believe him. Because he does so many just random things. Like, dudes that has done MMA. He's done work with Kevin Hart. He's done stand-up comedy and stuff. Like, he's been on TV. He raps. Everything. Like, when I say everything,
Wow.
do everything. Like, you know, you would be a nice addition to the show if you guys were happy. Plug my boy. I got you, dog. But not for real, like, dude's just random. Just the wildest random person ever. Like, I just did a skit with him, Son of Ice, and Marsha C. for Son of Ice. Another good person you guys should have on the show, because he does a lot of work with kids in the area. So then he go talk to the kids, give them a show, give them a concert. It's dope. But a little skit, and it's just nothing for this dude to do anything. So I don't know. I just had
What's his name?
Taekwondo English.
That guy.
Yeah,
the
the
album.
albums. That's why I was putting it together.
I was sitting there like, I'm waiting for you to say
bro.
It's
It's the apple guy.
guy.
Yeah,
Yo,
he got. You know what I mean?
I promise you, y'all should have been in. I'm sitting there
I'm
laughing
telling
in my
you.
head. I'm like, yo, these guys are really wilding over an apple. They was like, yo, I think you said, yo, the apple's so good, I'm about to eat the core. I said, dang. I said,
You know the
I
apple?
called
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I called you. I was like, yo, my man's about to eat the core of the apple. Like, I think they said not to do this in the garden. Like, don't eat it. Like, don't eat the apple. You know what I'm saying? So how did you manage to become a staff writer for Tell us what Jetlag magazine is, because it's very impressive on social media. Their website and everything. If I'm not mistaken, it's a young guy.
Yeah,
that
bro.
owns it.
Rento is younger than me. Rento is either just graduated college or like this is his last year. I think this might be his last year. But I'll give you a little backstory history.
Please.
Rento started Jetlag. It started off as just like him tweeting on social media. And then he started working with Buzzwords, which is another like local blog for hip hop artists and everything. And he was a sports writer for them. And then he was like, well, shoot, I can, do my own little thing. So then he started Jetlag. And of course, he's doing stuff by himself. And then again, he eventually was like, I need help. So he just sent out, social media blasts, like, anybody want to write for Jetlag? And I was like, I had seen it before. And I was like, man, it's dope. Like, you don't see too many blogs in the area. So I'm like, that's kind of dope. So I was like, I'll try, because before then, I was like, I wanted to start a blog. So I'm like, I'm starting a little blog up, whatever. Of course, I was on Tumblr before. I was like, how hard could blogging be? But then I started writing for Jetlag. I was like, dang, that's a lot of work to be a writer. I'm like, sheesh. So as time progressed, like, I started writing less and less. I still want to do more writing because I have a lot of ideas and stuff to go out. I just don't like to write them.
So what exactly are you writing? When it says staff writer, I actually had my son look this up. I said, yo, wait, look at what a staff writer is exactly. I mean, I can look at it and tell, but I need to know some more
Because
detail.
I'm on the staff and I write.
That's
staff
it, pretty
writer.
much it.
Yeah, like, I'm based like any, like thought pieces and stuff. Like, if you were, let's say, like, right now, I'd be like, okay, I sat down with WADR3SP3CT Podcast. We talked about this. It was kind of dope. Like, live, might have a couple pictures, whatever. Boom.
Gotcha.
Or, cool, Kanye West acted the donkey yesterday. Man,
Perez.
You seen that?
What Perez does.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Yes and no.
That's not my lane. That's not my sauce. You know what I mean?
I
He got
got
his
you.
sauce. I got my sauce. That's two totally different sauces. Two totally
But I
different sauces.
got what you're saying.
But yeah.
I got what you're saying on it. Well, my man, I appreciate you for
Oh,
coming on today. No, I definitely was going to ask you another
I
question.
have one last question I had to, because this is the holiday season, right?
Okay.
So I know a lot of people, I guess now, are recovering from the whole situation of, what do I get my spouse? What do I get my girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
You're married now.
Yep.
So with that being said, what has changed in the gift giving,
Mm-hmm.
and how do you go about actually knowing what to give her? Do you go off of what?
Mm-hmm.
What? Do you go off of want, or do you go off of need?
You know what's cool about being married? I ain't get her nothing.
Do tell.
Nothing.
Gangster.
You know why?
How does she feel about this?
You know why I ain't get her nothing? Because she got stuff all year. That was our whole thing.
Back question again, back to what he just said. How does she feel
How does
about
she feel
that?
about that?
Oh, she's great. She's like, babe, what you want for Christmas? I was like, I don't really need anything. I'm good. I was like, what you want? She was like, I don't really need anything either. I'm good. Because right now, she got like 20 things in her Amazon cart. If I tell her hit the button, she gonna hit the button. Merry Christmas. That's it. So with us, it's not really. Oh, all right. I'm gonna draw this out a little bit longer. Have you guys heard of the 5 love languages?
Absolutely. We all read
Got
that
the
book.
book right there.
Okay,
We all read
so you understand that like you got 5 different love languages. Neither one of us are like really like gifty people. I enjoy a good gift, but it ain't gonna make or break me. So with her, like me not getting her Christmas gift, it ain't like, oh my God, my husband don't care about me. It's just like, she got stuff all year long. She good. Like,
Let me tell you about the 5 love languages. I'm gonna tell you how I got that book. It was my birthday. I went
Okay.
to Baltimore. I rented the truck and everything. My pops had me convinced that he was gonna co-sign for a motorcycle for my birthday. I rented the truck. You remember? We rode all the way. Why you sipping your tea? Yeah. were you
that's like,
with us?
this is a
No,
story.
you weren't with us. When we driving to Baltimore, I'm sitting there like, yeah, we actually get to the lot and everything. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I'll take this one right here. Credit wasn't good enough for somebody to co-sign me. That's how bad it was. So I'm like, all right, you know what? You're going to surprise me in the morning on my birthday. So I'm like, all right, you're going to go back later on at night.
Yeah,
make a phone call.
Little birthday.
Yeah, right. Man, I ran the whole truck and everything. And I woke up the next morning. It was a bag. I was like, all right, cool. We got the keys in the bag.
Yeah,
and everything.
it's at the bottom.
I bought straps and everything to take this bike all the way back from Baltimore to here. I was like, man, I'm a Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
You know? Man, I opened the bag. It was the 5 love languages. I looked at that book and I looked at that bag. I said, all right, it's supposed to be something else. All right, just something added, right? You know
Maybe
what
it's
I'm saying?
a note inside the book showing what my
Or a
motorcycle
check.
is.
Or something.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Wrong.
No, look at, I was so pissed off at my pops. I threw that book in the closet. I didn't touch that book for about a good year and a half. But then what happened, I think an older lady may have told me about the book. And I actually read it, but it's a very, very good book. Though.
Yeah, I think you guys told me about it later
They got
on.
they got a new version actually. They got the 5 love language. They got the 5 love language for men.
I think they
5
got
love
men
language for
and
women.
female,
And
And
they got
kids.
they got a new one.
That's
Kids.
dope.
Love
They
languages.
kids.
Oh, they just doing
Yeah.
a spin-off show. Soon they're gonna have 5 love languages.
But
for
it's
pets.
definitely
That's
definitely
smart.
a
You know what I'm saying?
That's for
Yeah,
real.
it's
it's
Like
definitely
kids.
a book that's worth it. And I always tell
Yes,
everybody, like,
yeah.
couple
Well, when you read it
married, I
before,
tell them
yeah.
they should read it. Cause
If
it's,
you apply it, it's good
Yeah,
only
yeah.
if you apply.
It makes sense though.
It
Like,
really does.
You got the 5 different love languages. If the person you with like this and this, the 2 top main ones, as long as you kind of got those figured out and taken care of, they're normally pretty good. Like with my wife, hers was quality time and
Affirmation.
What's the affirmation? I think what's the love language again? Affirmation, quality
Affirmation,
time.
quality time,
It's
gifts.
not gifts.
Can we Google it? I really.
I got the book right there, guys.
I mean, okay, go ahead, grab your drink.
Grab it.
Well, you gonna mess with the camera though.
No,
nobody,
you
nobody,
good.
wants,
Look,
nobody wants to see your sweats.
They're great. I gotta stay down.
I don't know where the book at, man. I grab it, man.
It's right-
You know,
so-
I'm sauced out.
It's so
You know what I mean? I'm good.
As soon as you walk through the room right there, it's on the shelf. Turn to the left. Light right there. You see the book?
What are the 5? It's
I can't remember.
it's gifts, words of
Mine's
affirmation.
words of affirmation.
Is it support? Is support one of
I don't
them?
think support.
Nah, it's not support.
I'm trying to see if I can.
You know, everybody got smartphones over here.
Okay, we
Yeah.
got words of affirmation,
Affirmation.
Explain what that is. Explain exactly what words. of
Okay,
affirmation.
using
I love
words
you.
to
You look
build
great.
up the other person.
Where's
Yeah,
affirmation?
Oh, acts of service.
Acts of service.
That's what it was. Acts of
Quality
service
time.
And
physical touch.
hers was acts of service and quality time. Mine was physical touch and quality time. So
Please,
as
come
long-
on. What's yours?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Like 5. What's yours?
Words of affirmation.
No, I mean that's all you got. That's just
Well,
one?
that's number 1. Words of
You know what I'm
affirmation.
saying?
Words
That's
of
what
we did like
affirmation.
our first 2. Like though in my
Yeah.
mind, like if you get the
Well,
first 2, those are usually
I think
like
mine
2/3
was
of
words of
everything.
affirmation and
Definitely
quality
words of affirmation
time.
and quality time.
Those were
Mine-
my top 2 in that order.
I'll be honest with you, I don't have none of these.
My book, man.
I'm serious. Like, no, I don't need words of affirmation.
Look, you need to do
see-
the little test again. Then
Yeah,
you, like,
you gotta read
see-
it.
did you do the test online?
Nah, I didn't do the test.
Bro, that's how you do it. That's
I
like
don't.
No, I think the book had a test
Yeah, the
though,
book-
right?
Man, it's been
There's
years.
a test in the book.
I
Yeah.
did mine online.
I gave
Yeah,
her
I
the
mean,
book.
I gotta do
and
mine
she
online.
did her like her numbers, and I gave then a book, and I told her numbers, and we spoke about it, and just like
I
kinda
guess
like,
we can
did
say
that way.
physical touch because as I was doing some research just recently, it said men sexual drive is way higher than women's. So I guess I'll go with physical touch. No, I really researched it. It said like we would trump
You
them.
know the crazy thing? The crazy thing is, the older we get, the more it goes. Like ours goes down.
But no,
females
I
goes
thought it
up.
was like that for
It's
women.
crazy.
I thought like when women
Yeah.
hit like 38, 35,
Yeah,
40,
yeah.
it's like crazy. But then it comes down really quick.
No, theirs goes up.
Yeah.
But no.
While ours goes down, there goes up.
Yeah, so as long as you find somebody right there at that intersection, you done had a
Fireworks.
good day.
Lady Simone, you have a last question from Mr. Black?
No, I don't, but I really appreciate you coming on and just talking to us. I mean, it was great conversation, and you know, it kind of puts a lot of stuff in perspective.
Absolutely.
And just hearing about, you know, your wife, she sounds like an amazing
Please
woman.
shout out your wife.
Wade's
You never
an
said her
amazing
full.
woman.
I mean,
shout out to my wife. My wife, she wants to do a EP mixtape or whatever. But I halfway think she serious, halfway think she's like playing. So I'm gonna give her some beats and see what she gonna do with it. Like whether she gonna do it or not.
Rap, sings, or
rap. She got bars. The crazy thing about it, she used to be on elementary school teacher. So of course, little kids.
Creative words.
Yeah. So
I got a Papoose and Rim going on.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Hats always on.
The Adam Blacks.
No, realistically, her rap name's like Lil Atomic.
Little Atomic?
Yeah. Ad-lib boom. Soft.
Ad-lib boom.
And that's how we end it. Peace and love. Adam Black.
Well, man, we definitely appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. You're a very busy man. Like, it's hard to get this guy on the phone, I'll be honest with you. It's really hard to get him on the phone. No, you're a busy man. Don't be sorry for being busy.
Nah,
but nonetheless, man.
That's another goal, is to make sure I'm a little bit more consistent in my communication with who and never and whenever. So, yeah, I mean,
Before we actually get out of it, man, please shout out all your social sites, what you got coming up, so forth and so on.
Follow me everywhere at Adam Black, ATOMBLK, not BLACK, no AC. I'm already cool. Hit my website, adamblack.com. Don't follow me on Facebook because that's just weird now, because it's just for older people and relatives and whatnot. Mostly follow me on Instagram and Lens of Adam at Instagram. LENSOFATOM. Oh yeah, a lot of cool things going on. Contact me if you want to collab. Let me know what's going on with your life. Let's work.
I'll be honest with you, I've actually spoken to Mr. Black about us personally doing something as well. We won't let that cat out the bag just yet, but we are definitely working on something. Me and my man here, Adam Black. But nonetheless, man, again, this is the With All Due Respect podcast presented by Mo Knows with your girl, Lady Simone, Mr. McFly, and our guest, Mr. Adam Black, man. Again, appreciate you, all right?
Peace.
Next time, peace.